Okay, so what we're doing is we're sampling this area here. There's decent mineralized rock, and we're seeing if we can find any thing worthwhile here. So you can see there's a piece of pyrite there. Nothing spectacular so far, but we can see that it's completely oxidized, and you can see the yellowish sulphide staining there. So we'll see if we can find anything in this outcrop and see if it's worth sampling. So yeah, that's mostly found as disseminations. All we want to do is try and find a solid mineral vein. More disseminations in there. This looks like it's got some decent mineralization on here. It's got a thick layer of your oxide staining here. So maybe we'll try and pull a sample off here and send this in. So here's our second sample. We'll send this in here. I would say you got some semi-massive pyrite in there. Kind of a small little vein along here. So we'll send this in as part of the sample. So you can see this rock, it just sort of flakes off. Those are schists. You do have some quartz in there as well. A little bit of quartz feldspar. Anyway, what we're trying to get access to is this right here. This solid vein. Because we want to send that in with our other sample here. Okay, so this is what we want. We're going to send in about 5 kilogram sample of this stuff over a course of about 4 meters. So we want to get a decent sample, so the 5 kilograms should do. You can see that there's multiple kinds of sulphides in here. Looks like it's primarily chalcopyrite. You'll have some pyrite in there and maybe some sphalerite by the looks of it, and a little pyrrhotite. Alright, so we're just at another outcrop. We found a couple grab samples here. This is feldspar. You've got some pyrrhotite and pyrite in there, and of course your schists with a little bit of quartz. So we're going to use these for a grab sample, and we're going to sample this outcrop as well. There's probably a couple areas that we've seen that are decent. Okay, so I'm just on a ledge right now. You can see a nice outcrop here. You got mineral all on that. So we're going to sample this, and I'll have to put my camera down because I'm kind of hanging on here on this ledge. Okay, so we pulled a sample off that. This is mainly pyrite and chalcopyrite. A little bit of pyrrhotite. So we're going to move on to the next location now. See if we can find anything there. Okay, so we're at our next spot where we found mineralization all along here. And you got some pretty oxidized rock here. And you can see that's all chalcopyrite in there. You got a nice decent vein here. So we're going to pull a sample from this. See what that comes back as. This is probably the biggest vein that we found today. So this rock is really hard, so we're going to take a few whacks at it with the sledge. There we go. Quite a bit of mineral in there. Yeah, you got a mix of pyrite, pyrrhotite, there's some magnetite, chalcopyrite. That's a decent looking sample right there. So it's not a solid mineral vein, but it's I'd say you got about 50-60% mineral, and that's quartz. So if this turns out to be decent grade, it might be worthwhile to pull some off there and see how much we can get off. Here's another sample we just pulled off that outcrop. Alright, here's another piece we pulled off. This one looks like it has more chalcopyrite in it than anything.